guys, this is Charlie and Natasha for Kracht Amsterdam, and we're here with today's home workout. And that workout is a nice upper body burner, especially for the shoulders, and it will go as follows. You're going to perform 6 rounds of 60 double unders. If you can't jump though, you can scale that into 40 mountain climbers, followed by 20 swings and then 20 push presses. These push presses you can choose to do for 20 in total, where you hold the weight with both hands at the same time. You can also choose to do it single arm, where you'll do 10 with one side and 10 with the other side. We'll show both variations to you. After you do a full round, you take a minute of rest, and then I want you to go flat out sprint again in your new round, and you repeat that sequence for 6 in total. Now, in the warming up, of course, we're going to run you through the movement standard and the skill options, but before we do so, we have first a general part and a strength part. Please join Natasha straight away. We're going to warm up starting with a down dog, where you're going to alternate touching your toes, right hand to the left toe, left hand to the right toe. And we do this for 20 repetitions in total. It's in the warming up never really about speed, especially not in that first part, so just move slowly. We're getting a nice stretch here on the upper back, warming up the shoulders. And we need those in the pike push-ups later on. After 20 of these, we have a few hop variations. It would be 10 with 2 feet, 10 single leg hops left and then 10 right. And I'll show you a calf raise in the meantime for the people that cannot jump. So we start with 10 on both feet. And in case of the calf raise, you do the same, but you just stand on your toes as high as you can. After 10, you go for single leg hops or single leg calf raises, also for 10. And then you'll go for 10 on the other side. Then we're going to go to our weight. Just get the weight that you have available, whether that's a dumbbell or kettlebell, multiple ones, a weighted backpack. And we go for 10 deadlifts, so feet positions next to your weight, and you squeeze the butt and lift the chest to stand up. This is one of these foundational movements that you're all familiar with. After 10 of these, we go immediately into 5 push-ups. Choose whether you want to go on the toes or on the knees, and make sure you go all the way down. We like you to move in the full range of motion. This was round number 1. Before you continue with another 2 rounds, just quickly set us to pause. And then we're going to continue with a strength part. And in the strength part, we're having pike push-ups, but we're going to spice it up by adding a tempo to this. Now, what's important if we look at Natasha demo just once, is that when she positions her hands on the floor, when she moves down, she will move forward with her head, and then as soon as she moves up, she'll press up, only moving with her head back at the end. So if I would draw an imaginary line in front of her fingertips, her head will move in front of that. Now, when she presses up, she'll keep those elbows stuck. Thank you, Natasha. The tempo that we'll use is a 5-second negative, so we'll go down in 5 seconds slowly, but as soon as your head touches the floor, you're going to press up straight away. And if this full range of motion is too hard for you, I need you to get a pillow that you can place in between your hands so that your head can go slightly less low. So let's all start that first round together. I will count the seconds that we go down, so just move on my command. Ready, and down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the second rep that Natasha was too fast. Down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. One more repetition. Down, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, in this setup, I need you to perform another 3 sets. I want you to take about a minute up to 90 seconds rest in between your sets, so that your shoulder fatigue can kind of like go away for a bit, and that you can maintain the good form that we saw in your fresh set as well. Before you finish the 3 more rounds, quickly set us to pause. And then it's time for the movement standards of the movements in the workout. One by one, starting with the double unders. So you need a rope for this, obviously, and you're going to let that rope pass your feet twice while jumping only once. For the that don't have these double unders just yet, I have a few suggestions. One, practice for 1 minute. So regardless of the amount of reps that you get, you just clock a minute and do as many of these double unders as possible. The alternative would be to scale down in repetitions or to scale down to single unders for also 60 repetitions. Then we have a no jumping option for you, which is a mountain climber. In this, you're in a high push-up position and you're going to bring your knees alternating as close to your chest as possible. For the second movement, we have swings. You can perform this with a backpack and a dumbbell as well. We'll have a kettlebell for today. Make sure you start with a proper deadlift. We've been practicing that in the warm-up. And then you're going to swing until the weight is above eye height. This you do for 20 reps. And then the last movement is the push press. Let's start off with 2 arms at the same time. So regardless of the weight that you have, you can, for example, hold the kettlebell on the ball. You're going to make a small dip and drive and then press the weight overhead into full extension. And if you would like to go single arm with these, you're going to like split the reps in half. So 10 one side, 10 other side, and it goes the same. Now if we once see Natasha from the side, you see that in that dip and drive in the bottom, hold it there for a moment. Her full feet stay flat on the floor. She's going to explode up, squeezing her bum, and then she presses until full overhead position. Thank you, Natasha. You do the full round of the double unders or mountain climber, swings followed by the push presses. Then you'll take a minute of a rest, and then you're going to repeat that for a total of 6 rounds. Now what we want you to aim for is that in that minute of rest, you have time to get a sip of water, to catch your breath a bit, so that you're going to recover and you're going to start really fast again in your new rounds. So you have to see of it as going really hard when you have to work, and then fully rest when you have a break. Fully resting does not mean lying for dead on the floor. It means just walking around, slow pace, because that will help your recovery and speed that up. That being said, we want to wish you good luck, have fun, and enjoy. Bye guys. Bye bye.